Here a confusing blur of activity, each ant doing its own thing, but it can't be. Somehow the ants coordinate their actions so that large insects are overwhelmed, killed and carried back to the base.
Pears is dying and my people are suffering. The money's still low, you should see how they budgeting.
Watch what comes out your mouth.
People are suffering. It's elementary, they want us all gone eventually. Pears is dying, people are suffering. The money's still low, you should see how they budgeting. Pears is dying, and my people are suffering. Cause the money's still low, they want us all gone eventually.
I swear to God, living in this economy's like a robbery. The government taxing me when they owe me for my property. You niggas act like you happy to live in poverty. When I feel like a king, I gotta make these fools acknowledge me. I'm royalty and loyal to the feeling of it. The contrast make it look thuggish. We talk, walk, and look rugged. Naturally, nothing sad to see, we all a part of this tragedy. I'm mad at you, so why you mad at me?
We headed for the times of the 9, watch out 6. Sun cycle on the rise, moon cycle out the mix. Living on this planet of the snakes and the crucifix. Pardon self as I unk my way through, marching with my A-boom boom, making my debut. Like great balls of fire, nothing could save you. In these replenishing times, I honor my dead, making my ancestors proud when it's off with your head.
Does my pencil possess potential to change mentals? Yes. Sure what you pen in this pack with the essential less. What is essential to keep it as sharp as against? So yes. What is essential to keep it like a temple? Blast, alter the temple, keeping the beat simple and fresh. While they whimper and rash, I'm intuition like the simplest gas. Into tradition, I'm on a mission until I transition to give the up and coming a better existence.
I seen a beggar scorn reaching for a corner too. The older we get, it switches up the point of view. And they anointed you, leader of the free world. Desolate minds refined to the B-girl. The most benevolent is evident who I be. Graffiti on the wall, the crew drew Ali. Zoo to our key, shifting on the paradigm. Raise the vibration, then go prepare the mind.
Define magnificent rare gem, dig deep. The omnipotent, all-seeing, I just peep the game plan. I pray for niggas, amen. Fat Sharpie, spray can, I'm made man. The suede vans, no street skate, no beat taking. For Pete's sake, he's a beast quaking, the scene shaking. No mistaking, the ants conquer the elephants. FTP, RBG, the rest develop.
What's the ant's secret that makes them the most efficient predators on Earth, consuming more meat than lions, tigers, and wolves combined?
I'm way medicated, puff lion, lace sedated, and stay dedicated to culture that created the essence of the lessons now delivered in my presence. Kalanji called upon me, so now I pose the question: how is it that the blacks came in whips and chains, having nothing else to lose and everything to gain? Now niggas entertain for some whips and chains, a white dame and some fame. Is that shit not strange?
It's kinda hard holding down your dreams when you blacking in America with institutions set to bury you 6 feet underneath dirt, a depth deep. Disciples psychological when making those ends meet and needs be. A hand feeds the other teasers. Gather thoughts, grab the Gatlin for good reason. In between success, devil's greed, a pine box, a mind jogs elusive.
And why I come off and camouflage, can't say cloth. Eating lentils and vegetable broth, but I ain't never been soft. Leading the lost and forsaken by any cost. Bones aching, working hard, trying to bring home the turkey bacon. Breaking laws of gravity, fuck with the family and watch me savagely crush craniums and chest cavities to pray for the casualties. Cause my anatomy is naturally, casually composed. This is self-construction for the soul.
I'm black dynamite, I'll blast you with my nitros. Put a dope piece with a gold piece in a boot with 5 disciples. We channeling boot mind, the revolution sparker. With 8 bars, cigar smoking, some dark room on the altar. Watch the daughter work a mojo off the stage without a hype man. Electric verses turn the great crowd into light rain. Flood psyches with an ill beat and some brain food that's got high. Fly wisdom, call us Saucy, the enlightener, that's Cyrock.
2012 and times are different yet the same. Nowadays the number of prisoners behind the cage outnumber amounts of those enslaved during the trades and shit. We killing ourselves over what set you blame. We getting shot instead of hang. Nothing changed for the better except the cheddar of corporate profit to gain. The more money in pocket, the more people in chains. Unite niggas who bang, destroy their main aim.
It's all connected, form a web like a Nazi. It's the people, Siafu is the army. Start a top contender, oil plots a new agenda. They even breathe on the track, sucker empty for dinner. All that garbage I penning, this right here's the ending. Words the venom, getting them wrapped in Egyptian linen. Coming for head, this rapper, Kali will shake the rafters. Only thing standing after, walking natural disaster, rapture.
Peace and infinite blessings, family. That's a classic piece right there. It's a classic piece. I am Farugh Ma'at. Welcome to BMa'at Inc. This show was brought to you by, of course, BMa'at Inc. and Urban Shaman Productions. This platform was created to provide an opportunity to connect with the experts, legends, to share strategies and life lessons to empower, strengthen, and maintain the African nucleus from a Pan-African perspective. Today's date is August 8th, 2022. Got to start out with verbal libations. Just giving shout outs to the ancestors um, for their work. This for the hundreds of millions known and unknown, for those who struggle, sacrifice, and work for our benefit, for those that we are the sum of your love, your effort, and your support. Sometimes we choose to highlight a few who personally assist us on this journey of knowledge of self. Of course, this is Black August. This show is dedicated to the spirit of Black August. In particular, um, and I want to start out with Brother Renuka Rashidi, who was a personal mentor of mine. Personal mentor to many, but specifically to me. And he proved that um, the global African presence, we was everywhere. There was an African global presence. There was before there was anything else, and we are the origins of everything that is great in this world today and forevermore. Um, the first rulers of the world was in Africa. First people, Africa. First civilized people on the planet, Africa. Human life originated in Africa. And first civilization, Africa. And so he was the one who really brought that into the present and current um, text. And not only did he did it by researching, writing, and things of that nature, but he actually went to these spots and talked to the inhabitants of um, Australia and China and took pictures with them. The book that would suggest that you um, to get more, if this is interests you, book that I would recommend would be The Black Image in Antiquity by Renuka Rashidi. Great book. Was the one that got me started. I actually saw him do a presentation at a UNIA years ago. Can't remember the actual year. I never heard of Renuka Rashidi prior to that. And he did his presentation, which was absolutely life altering. And he was one of the ones who really made me really proud to be African. Um, if you've been a follower of the show, I share my stories about not being proud to be African, not being proud to of my majestic features. Um, there was badge at that time from birth to 14. There was badge of um, ugliness and everything that is not good. And I believe that. And so from birth until 14, I really didn't like what I see in the mirror. And nobody outside of entertainment, outside of TV, supported that. Um, Nobody said anything other than that, I should say. They supported the fact that black was ugly. They support black was bad. Um, and so I had no other alternative but to believe that we were naturally inferior. All the books supported that. All the media supported that. At least all the media and everything around my circle supported that narrative. And so I believed it. And between him, between him, Renok Rashidi, Shaka Musa Shango, Malcolm X, the biography of Malcolm X. Um, those three individuals in particular was very instrumental um, by the time I was 15 to where I had a whole different perspective of myself. And yeah, I am extremely grateful for that man and his example and the work that he put in for me to be here today and be um, to do the work that I do. He is the reason for that, and so I'm grateful for him. And so I should say his name, Dr. Runoko Rashidi. Thank you. Also want to put out there um, the reason, I think one of the many reasons why it is Black August is because of Jonathan Jackson and Soledad Brothers. The stance that they took in 1970 at the California courthouse was instrumental in um, courage and the willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve freedom. And um, those examples are extremely important because it's very necessary. That kind of courage, that kind of warrior spirit is necessary for us to attain our freedom. Um, some people could look at it as um, over the top. Some people look at it as going too far, but I applaud. It takes all of us. It takes all of us to achieve this thing called freedom that we want to achieve. It takes all of us to make that happen. And peace, good brother. How are you?
Peace, peace. What's going
Peace,
on, bro?
peace, peace. I'm great, brother. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, man.
Good.
Just making moves, man. I got up late. Apologize about my tardiness, but
That's good,
nonetheless,
brother.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. So I was just in the middle of the verbal libation period, and I was just giving shout outs to Dr. Renuka Rashidi, who was very instrumental in me being the man that I am today and having the Pan-African mindset um, and proving the fact that we are the elders of the planet, that we are the true teachers of the planet, and that we need to step up to that responsibility and reclaim it and bring the world back into Ma'at, bring the world back into balance. Um, you had any encounters with Dr. Anuk Rashidi?
Oh man, I'm just grateful that I met him. Um, I mean, such a humble spirit. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? A lot of people like to be in front of the mic, in front of the stage. This brother, you know what I'm saying, when he was in front of the mic, in front of the stage, he was displaying and presenting, you know what I'm saying, scholarship and knowledge, for the
Mm-hmm.
people. But if you got a chance to meet him, man, he was such a humble, you know what I'm saying, a humble elder.
Yes.
And so, I mean, what a great example of African manhood, a great, an example of scholar. And
Yes.
I'm just grateful. I just bought a book recently. Our brother, was selling, and I just can't wait to share this book with my students. It's
Mm.
like it's a collection of all the work that he has done, and so
Mm.
I was like so excited to have this book. So it's interesting. That was the last book I just brought.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's heavy, man. He made transition, if I'm not mistaken, August the 2nd.
Okay.
And so that spirit was on me this week. And I kind of touched on Jonathan Jackson. I think that was the main reason why, just, the whole Black August thing that we celebrate every year. Uh, that was a huge, integral part of um, reason why it was called Black August, if I'm not mistaken. From my personal experience, I should say. I don't know if that's actually official, But first time I heard about Black August, that was the first event that I learned about. And so that holds dear to my heart because that was the first one that I heard the term Black August. His name came up.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what it was. That's what it was. I did a research not too long ago, and just that fact. All the events that played out historically in August, and so from my understanding, the event that we just participated, put together, organized was in conjunction and a reflection of that as well. So, just being glad to be a part of the legacy and maintaining the legacy.
Yes, sir. And it's really rich with that kind of energy. And that's why I really wanted to kind of talk about today because just want to stress the importance of political armed revolutionary struggle, which is the the crux of what Black August is about. Because it takes all of us, and because in the midst of that is the Nat Turner rebellion that happens somewhere in August. The chattel and slavery turning us into objects happens sometime around August. Then you got Jonathan Jackson, you got the Haiti, you had the Watts rebellion of 1965. And so it's just the celebration of the spirit of resistance. And yeah, and I just wanted to kind of, I mean, in fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the hunger strikes happened too, political prisoners in 2018. Chip Fitzgerald, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like when you really like do the research in August and all the rebellions and things like that, it all kind of lines up in August. And so the spirit of resistance is there to commemorate those revolutionary acts that elevated and transformed our consciousness and shaped our liberation struggle. Is important.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
I mean, Marcus Garvey birthdays on in that month. Yeah, I mean, it's like Alex Haley birthday in his money. I know some people have like mixed reviews about Alex Haley, but Alex Haley was huge for me. The fact that they did the whole Roots thing was life changing for me. The fact that he written Malcolm X's book was huge for me. That book changed my life forever. And I know sometimes they say that the book wasn't accurate or whatever the case may be. It was enough for me to start my journey. And anytime you can kind of spark that into someone, it's important.
Yes, absolutely, man. Yeah, man. I mean, as you were speaking, man, I was just thinking about, as we think, we reflect on August being, highlighting, these points in times and where, movements was initiated, and individuals, as Marcus Garvey, what I'm saying, came forth in this particular season. But I sit here and think about the state of our people today. You know what I'm saying? Has had an interesting reflection this weekend as we participated in African Independence Day. I also went down to the Akana Festival, and I had a really, really, really powerful conversation with our good brother Reezy. You know what I mean? Rashid, a young brother, young warrior. And we talked about warrior, warriorship, warriorhood. You know what I'm saying? And just the state of our people. You know what I'm saying? Care and reflecting on our people. first generation, second generation here in America. And, just the reality of, where we are, what we can do, and, in actuality, what we are doing, and so I just think that, it's so many levels. I mean, I know you talked about, it's so many levels of, warriorship, warriorhood, and, the preparedness, the preparedness of our people, man, is very questionable. It's very questionable. And, before we talk about any actions, we must talk about, the mindset, the mentality of our people, the mentality of the leadership. There's some great people you just mentioned. And there are a lot of people, that we know personally who have, people who recently have made transition. I mean, we set out to honor Mama, a true warrior, Mama Kosovo. And, we brought up another warrior, Baba Rashid. We spoke of another warrior by the name of, Baba Moze, Wanzo, excuse me. And, it's just these people who have demonstrated the integrity, not just into a lot of people. And, every time I seen the brother and Wanzo, he had a lot of conversation. He moved silently, but he had generations trained, tactically, arms, people who can disarm, this dude was lethal, and I met a lot of his initiates. I've seen what they're capable of. But I and some of these people, they, day to day, they live in their lives, but the work that they're doing, the impact that they are, that they have based on the training that they, was under, I can see it being prevalent in their lifestyle. And so, as I said, the state of our people, I just really, I really, am concerned. I'm really concerned, because, it's interesting when we kind of like reflect on history, we can like clearly see the conditions, the pressing conditions that, people were living under. And a lot of that stuff came to avoid you,
Right.
A lot of it came to avoid you, it's like, and there was a time where people, galvanized themselves, because there's a lot of people are really disconnected, and I feel like there's a great deal of disconnection. I think that, the level of values that, we move with is very questionable, and we could start off from any topic, from relationships, from brotherhood, community leadership, the list goes on and on and on. And we encounter this stuff on a daily basis. I know personally I do. So how, it just depends on what area we want to, begin to start unraveling.
Right.
But it's a lot of conversations that need to be had. There's definitely the history that needs to be unveiled and and reviewed. Give thanks for those who have and you open up speaking about Baba Ranukul. And this man, he recorded and documented, and so we give thanks for those works that we can, sit back, because at the end of the day, one really need to get their minds right and get clear about what it is that we're doing. So
Or get clear about their purpose from a productive standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we are all producers. We are producers whether we want to acknowledge it or not, and we can be producing something that's good, or we could be producing something that's not good. And a lot of times, if we produce things out of hurt, pain, trauma, it's going to cause more hurt, pain, and trauma.
Mhm.
But if you work on yourself and do the work that's necessary to heal, the work that you do will be life-giving and sustainable, and would leave a positive impact on the world, which is leave you with a beautiful legacy. And I
That's
think that's what we all want to have. I think we all want to leave behind a wonderful legacy, a legacy of love, a legacy of self-sustainability, a legacy of empowerment. And um, yeah, so I think that's the ultimate goal. But again, you got to start with self. And so when you say working with integrity, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. You have to work with integrity and clear intentions. Um, clear intentions. Um, and speaking of Reezy, he's going to be our guest next week.
I'm glad.
Um,
Yeah, excellent. I
he's
can't wait.
he's going to be our guest next week. I just talked to him to confirm it today. So
Great.
yep. So we're going to be talking about reparations and amongst other things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why I brought him on so we can talk about reparations, the importance of and
And
the
people
real
really confused on who, what warriors look like. That young brother is a warrior.
yes.
I'll tell you that.
Yes.
A lot of people get confused because, we're not loud, or, we're not yelling and spewing profanity. We're not enraged, but, I really had a great conversation, and I, definitely seen something in him, but just the more I talked to him, and I'm just like, wow, okay. This brother give me hope, you know what I'm saying? Because he's that generation after us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And his concern, like, I'm just only one. And I'm like, many are
That's all
called,
it takes.
are chosen.
That's all it takes. And that's when and every time I hear that, I chuckle because it's like every movement of substance started with one person just saying enough is enough. And they provided that spark for others to say, you know what? That brother right. And they created this movement that now is written in the books of history as a turning point in history. So I just want to be on the right side of history. And that's my goal. My goal is to be on the right side of history. And when people say my name, a smile comes upon their face. And that's the goal for me.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, man, you're going to be valued based on your character.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be valued based on your character. And at the end of the day, it's not what you say you're going to do, it's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell my students, and it's what you're doing when nobody's looking too.
Yeah.
It's what you're doing when nobody's looking. The cameras is off, the mics are muted, and you are living, you know what I'm saying, day to day in that same purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what is the code of warrior? What is the code for warriors? You know what I'm saying? What is the code? That's, this is the conversation we need to start having.
I like that.
What is the code for warriors? And I like what you just said, because at the end of the day, what are we struggling for? What are we fighting for? What are we willing to lay our lives down for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A world that we hate, or a world that we love?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or a world that we love. And so, I just hope that our life work is reflective of that.
Right.
And the area of work that I've committed myself to is children, working with young people, working with youth, inspiring them, because early on in this, I realized that, and in coming into knowledge for myself, as I came into it, I wanted to share with my peers. I wanted to share with my family. And I realized that everybody is not, receptive.
Yeah.
Everybody is not receptive. Everybody is just not, understanding of, where you are or what it is that you've come upon to free maybe not only yourself but others, you know. And I just decided that, like, you know, that the key it would be the youth planting those seeds. As I mean, it's definitely worth it, you know. Planting those seeds for me, I felt they are going to inherit the legacy that we left. All right? I mean, all these things that we speak about, these are the individuals who are most likely are going to fulfill.
There you go. There you go.
They are going to be to fulfill these things. And so, you know, it was extremely important for me to realize that how could I be most effective. And so really, you know, really instilling some things, really laying the seeds, and you know, knowing that, you know, that I left those seeds, and that those seeds are going to be prosperous. They're going to be prosperous. You know, I don't really deal with, you know, a reality or a concept of my spiritual, you know, understanding of damnation. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I just, you know, when I wake up, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, my reality, my reflection of this reality is not based on, you know, all is, you know what I'm saying, all is lost. You know, because if I operated in that state, you know, I mean, I could do anything. You know what I mean? If I operated in that state, you know, I think that is a very dangerous, you know what I mean, state. But I know that I'm operating through love, and that my vision, you know what I'm saying, for the future is prosperous. You know, and so, like, really just kind of being really clear about what it is that we're doing. You know, so
you know, I had a conversation, and brother, people been hitting me up about the event. So we definitely have to have a post meeting. All of us need to have a post meeting. I just lost my train of thought. But the conversation that I've been having is a difference, and you touched on it. It's a difference of being a leader that's operating in the reality of what it is, and then being a leader with vision. If you operating as a leader with the what you see in the material world, it looks gloom and doom.
yeah.
And I can see how you may be looking at it in a divisive fashion, looking at it in a limited fashion. Thank God, thank the ancestors, the Orishas, the Netarus, that we are following leaders that have vision.
Yes, sir.
So when you're dealing with a person with vision, not saying that these things that we're interfacing with on a daily basis,
It's
that
real.
they exist, is very real, but you're operating with faith. You're operating with the thoughts of the possibilities. Yes, this is what it is right now, but it can be this.
That's right.
It can be this. And so I'm going to work with that in mind, with the end goal in mind, not worry about what's in front of me, not worry about what the challenges and the obstacles are, and what I don't have down, or what I need, or all those things. If we're true believers of the Orishas, if we're true believers of our culture, if we're true believers of our God, if we're true believers in our ancestors, as we pour libations, as we honor and reverence them, if we are truly believers, how can we operate anything less? Because the pour libations is saying that the work that you're leaving for me to do, I am going to do. You cannot operate like that if you're looking at the enemy, the quote unquote enemy, as the all powerful.
Yep.
You know, I believe we're giving too much reverence, we're giving too much credit, we're giving too much power to the quote unquote enemy.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes I think, are we worshiping our enemy? As much as we, we say their name, we say, what I'm saying, their attributes. It's like, it's once told that, the universe, what I'm saying, and you might have mentioned this, the universe responds based on what you say, responds on your heart. So if your heart is vibrating, it's like, how do you tell the difference?
Yeah. They say attention goes, energy flows.
You know what I'm saying? How do you turn the difference? I mean, it's like you're in a state of, like, you know what I'm saying? You're in a state of static. And like I'm glad you said it, man, bro. Stuff is real. It's real. I mean, we enter that park and, we are confronted with a community of, what I'm saying, people who have, what I'm saying, have given up, or society has given up on them. You know what I'm saying? And the park is a congregation of people who just, what I'm saying, just submit themselves to, drugs and, what I'm saying, alcohol,
different coping mechanisms.
Yeah. Coping mechanism. And I see it's something consistent too with that sort of like community of folk in there. It's a great deal of mental health too. And that's why I make the statement that, like, society may have given up on now. And I mean, this is a very bitter reflection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, come on, let's keep it real. We walk into this park, it's completely trash. The facilities, the restrooms, filthy.
Oh my God, yes.
Filthy. I mean,
yes.
People living in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
In complete feet,
yeah.
living in it. I mean,
yeah.
This is the state. This is the, so, if we accepted that, if we walked in this park and we know, what I'm saying, we accepted this reality, I mean, we might as well just pack up and go home.
Yep, that's what, throw your hands up.
We might as well just pack up and go home. Or we're going to breathe life into these people.
Vision.
We're going to breathe vision. Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give somebody something to motivate. I was talking to someone and I said, yeah, and I, this conversation came up and we'll continue to have this conversation.
Mm.
Do we want to, is that the location where we want to have that?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to continue to contend with that? The person who grew up and around that community, it was like, no, you got to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sister told me, was like, the only way that I was able to interface with culture was the events that they used to do in this park, just like the events that y'all do. I learned about still walking and African drumming and all of these things because they were brought in the park.
Wow.
They was happening in a park. This was my experience of culture. I was like, wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, thank you for sharing that story, bro, because that just kind of edifies why we need to stand still, stand strong, and be more vigilant as far as like staying there. I mean, like, it's a challenge, bro. It's such a challenge.
It is.
You're talking about security measures. You talking about a mental illness, that a chronic, critical display of mental illness.
Yes, man. Serious.
But we provide hope. I swear, we was in there cleaning that park up, bro, and they was smoking their herb and drinking and everything else. But out of the 10 that watched us do it, 2 of them got up and started working.
Yes, man.
And Sabor was like, yo, watch the broom. I'm like, dude, if she takes the broom, I'm cool with it. Like, that's what, $5? But the inspiration, even in her drunken state, she was like, you know what? I'm going to help clean this park up too. And
Yeah,
she started picking up stuff. She started pulling stuff out the trash can and
I'm telling you,
cleaning
man.
up the bathroom. And it was just, that was inspiring to me because it was just like, let's just keep going. And then another person got up and they started
Come
cleaning.
on, let's go. Let's
And
go.
the brother got up, he staggered to the dollar store, got some bleach, came back staggering,
Hey, he
and
came back
handed me,
with bleach.
came back with bleach, bro.
These are the
Yeah,
people who society has given up on.
yep,
These are your derelict. These are, you know
yep,
what I'm saying, your underbelly.
yeah,
You know, people who forgot about it.
yeah,
You demonstrate humility.
yeah,
Humility.
yeah, yeah. So I really appreciate that, bro, because that, like, because a couple opportunities has presented itself for us to move somewhere else, and it been nice. It's gonna be nicer. It's gonna be protected and all these things. It's black owned.
We still can act. I know what
But
you're talking about. I know
yeah,
what you're talking
but
about.
it's like it's the necessary work. Like that is necessary. And so I'm even more committed to stay there now with you just sharing what you're sharing and just kind of trigger my memory of what just happened. Um, yeah.
And I want to share, you know, I remember arriving at the park because y'all arrived before us. I arrived at the park, and I mean, this system was snapping.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what she heard or what happened, but she was snapping.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I was like, the first thing I'm going to do is just greet her. Peace, how y'all
Yeah.
doing? With a smile,
Yeah.
because that can change. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand how we impact. You know
Yeah.
how we
Yeah.
impact people. You know, with a smile, boom. You know, and I know it changed her.
Yeah.
It definitely changed her. And you know, she came up. My sister arrived, and you know, she was asking, "Oh, you beautiful, da." She's like, "That's my twin brother." Plus, you know, a couple was just like 2 years older than us, and I'm like, wow, like it just, you know, life. You could just tell that life had did a toll on some people. You know,
Yeah.
you could clear. It's clear. You
Yeah.
know, but I could see that her attitude changed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just really interesting to see the attitude. And another point, I remember at some point, I would say this. When Umar was speaking, I took a survey,
Mm-hmm.
just a look. Everybody was completely silent. And I was just like interested because it was a large group of these are people who was there in terms of, we know that the people are dealing with the issues that they're dealing with. I mean, it's just clear.
Good point.
Bro,
Great
they
point.
were silent.
Wow.
You know, and it was like, I know that, you know, he was speaking to them, you know what I'm saying? And the things that he spoke about, talking about mental health, you know what I'm saying? Institutionalization of our people. And a lot of people are, you know, these are children who have grown up.
Yeah, there you go.
These are children who they are byproducts of this system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I know that it was a moment of reflection, you know, and I was like, wow, this is hitting, it's touching them.
Great observation.
Yes, man.
Great observation.
I was like, wow, this is really interesting. Really interesting. Because I'm listening to everything. I'm moving around, I'm listening, I'm absorbing all the energy that's happening around me. How people are responding, the attitudes, the facial expressions, you know. And you know, I'm just taking it in. You know.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
So it's definitely a need. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. It's not for the faint of hearts. But once again, many are called, but few are chosen.
And fewer choose to do it.
I know.
I always add it in there because, you know, a lot of us, you know, are chosen, but a lot of us don't have the heart to follow through, don't have the faith and the patience to follow through, don't have the love, the unconditional love for our people to do it. You know, so I always like to add that in there because only few of them going to actually do the necessary work. That's all it takes. Um, and so I'm grateful that um, that the ancestors has forged me to do the work. Um, yeah, so I'm just really um, grateful to be in the right mind, be in the physical shape to be able to take on the demands of this work. It's very physically demanding, it's spiritually demanding, it's emotionally demanding,
Yes, it is.
and you really, it's emotionally draining too. So you really have to do some serious self-care work to have the longevity of a Pan Africa, to have the longevity of um, a lot of the elders who still in this movement. I mean, and it's very much active in this movement. The Mama Maishas, and the list goes on and on.
I mean,
Um,
70, 80 years plus. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So, yeah, and so, but you see, a lot of the sisters are still active because they've been doing that self-care. They do that work. They have a community to vent to. They have a community that fortifies them and pour into them, as well as they pour into them. And that's what we want to create. We want to create that brotherhood. We want to create that refuge. We want to create that safe space for brothers to get that self-care that's necessary so we can be as longevity active participant in the struggle, in this, I ain't even gonna say struggle, but in this way of life, and meet the challenges head on, and overcome the challenges, um, because it's necessary.
Yes.
We're not gonna be always physically be on the front line, and nor do I want to physically be on the front line for a long period of time. But I want to definitely be in the right state of mind, and I definitely want to be in the physical condition just in case I had to defend myself. I'll be able to do so.
Yes, sir.
And so that's my plans and that's my goals. And so we are slowly but surely creating a network of brothers that's willing to unplug the warrior plug for a minute and rejuvenate and pour and have some self-care and some self-love. So when we actually put that plug back in to become warriors, we'll be better suited to do it. We'll be
Mm.
physically strong, emotionally strong, physically strong, to do a more effective job of leading, being the leaders that our people need us to be.
It's funny that you said, man. One person invited me for a day in the spa, you
Mm,
know. And sometimes we look at that as like, oh, that's some old punk stuff. That's some old, but we definitely need to be rejuvenated. And the fact that there's one person, you know what I'm saying, all the people who surround us, I mean, there's someone who cares about our wellness.
hmm.
That says a lot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm just grateful that like we have these people, and I think I will take a day in the spa.
Oh hell yeah, I do it. I do it once a month, at least once a month.
Yep.
I participate in it. If it's not chiropractor, if I don't see a chiropractor, massage therapy, some Reiki training, some Reiki, whatever, whatever my body calls for, I listen.
Yep.
And I also have a regimen now to where I focus on one chakra a month. I pour all my energy into this one chakra to kind of balance it, to detox it, to nourish it. So I have my stones. I have my colored underwear or whatever color to stimulate that particular chakra. I have my stones. I have the color of the garments. I have um, uh, affirmations. I have herbs. I have all these things, these regimens that I do now, and sometimes it calls for a Reiki energy to actually cleanse it, to actually to cleanse it and nurture it. And it's fairly new, but I definitely see the benefits of it though already. and this is something that's going to be going on lifelong. I am now in the process of documenting it. I don't know if I'm going to turn into a book or turn into a video or turn into something to where I could just share with the brothers.
I mean, the
Like
fact
this,
that you're sharing it right now with me, man, is powerful.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, man, I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
So by all means, man, I mean, these things are important.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the amount of suffering that we endure, I mean, it's quite evident in how we move, the way we look, the things that we say out of our mouths, the relationship that we have with the people who we profess to love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can say that I'm surrounded by a lot of people who love me, you know, and I don't really have horrible relationships with people.
Right.
And if those relationships are unhealthy, they're just moved out of my life. You know, but I mean, that's important, man. And I definitely got to continue to work on. I give myself a lot. That's my nature. I give myself a lot, but like replenishing myself and fortifying myself is extremely important as I get older. I realize, you know what I'm saying? I'm 45 years old, and you know, you take it takes a toll on you, mentally, emotionally, physically, and so it's extremely important. I mean, it's extremely important to make that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lately, for myself, I've been doing yoga on a daily basis.
Nice.
You know, kind of like suffered some back injuries a couple years ago, and every once in a while, it comes up. You know, and I found myself popping pills. You know, and I'm like, those pills is making me feel sick. Like sick. Now I don't really drink that much. I have a limit of what I can drink because I get hangover. I was feeling like a hangover. And I was like, okay, this is not the way. So started practicing, getting into yoga. I meant like it done so much more good for me than taking pain medicine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, these things are important. You know what I'm saying, for the well-being and maintenance of the individual. But, you know, when we look at the individual and how valuable they are to so many other people, it's even more important. So I appreciate you sharing that, because it's just like really inspiring me. Like, yo, this has to be.
Yeah.
You know,
it's mandatory. It just shows how much you love yourself. And like, if you don't take the time to love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you? And a lot of times we look for outside validation. We look for outside resources to validate our value. But we shortchange ourselves. And so how you treat yourself is showing how to treat you and how to love you. And so we have to become selfish from that perspective, to where we're showing ourselves the ultimate love. We're showing ourselves the ultimate value. Because when you self-care, when you practice self-care, you're worshiping the divine within. And once we look at it from that perspective, you know, I think it becomes a little bit more important to do it, because we worship the divine outside of ourselves, you know. And it's like, no, what about the divine in you? Which was it? Because that divine outside is a reflection of the divine that's inside. So the more you pour into the divine within, the more beautiful the divine without is going to be, and more impactful the divine outside is going to be. And so, yeah, take that time, brother. Take that. That I'm telling you, that AM ritual is a must for me. If I don't do my AM ritual, my day is gonna be cool, because that's the energy that I put out there. But man, when I do my morning ritual, bro, my day is absolutely full of love, bliss, and abundance. And I don't care what happens. It don't throws me off my mission. It might be like, damn, oh man, but then I just recenter myself, remind of the divine that I am, and then I just keep it pushing. But I wouldn't have that self-assurance if I didn't have that morning ritual.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that, man. Yeah,
that's important.
That's
So
important.
I salute Namaste, brother. I salute that in you, because light reflects light. I'm
Indeed.
saying? So when you say that, when you share the things that you're sharing for us with the medication and things of that nature, you just wasn't loving yourself enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because you pop the pills, you can keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Go help somebody else. You could be somebody else superhero. You pop the pill, you could be somebody else superhero. But you was like, nothing. Stop. Let's stop. Let's nurture me. It's going to take 10, 15, 20 minutes to do that, but I'm going to be better off for it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And not just physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all across the board.
that's right.
So you're worth that 20 minutes. You're worth that 45, whatever that is. You're worth that, bro.
That's right. That's right. And it was like, making a decision. Like the realization was a powerful moment too.
Mm,
The realization. And the realization that, first of all, that I knew that there was other, you know, things that I had access in my awareness and my past experience that I could access. And then, so that was a gift, to have participated in giving myself that. And so I was like, oh, this is what I need to do. There's no, what I'm saying? Sometimes we want instantaneous, relief, or, there's no, you got to do the work. And so I was like, I know what to do. I know what to do. And so that was spirit talking to me, and I was like, boom, did it.
and you listen.
Yep. I listened.
And you listen.
So, so I'm grateful. So, but just like, hearing the other things, it is like these things I do know. You know what I'm saying? The things that you mentioned, I do know. And so it's important that as a warrior, I'm saying, this is important as a warrior. You know what I'm saying? To care for ourselves in this way.
Yeah. And that's the real message to the warriors. Because without them, we're doomed as a nation. So we need warriorship. Um, we need the warrior code. We need those things. But a warrior that acts erratic, it's not gonna be wrong. It's not gonna be around long. You know what I'm saying? And so, what that do for us as a nation, it makes us vulnerable for outside attacks. And so, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the warrior code. And I think we would, before the month is out, I'm gonna reach out to some of our elders that talks about the warrior code and the state of black manhood and things of that nature, and just see who's able to come through. And you're welcome to find some individuals yourself, and let's make that happen, because I need a refresher course in that.
Let's go. Let's go.
I need a refresher course in that. And so I definitely love the direction that I'm going. I love the things that I've been accomplishing, but we could always be better.
That's right. And there's room for improvement. And I'm a student from the cradle to the grave. To my elders, for those who have been around, those who have seen things, who've seen more. We talk about some of these historical events. There are people who literally lived through those things. Literally lived through these things. That's why I used to love talking to Mama Koswa. She literally lived through this stuff. And we talk about Baba Rashi. He literally lived through these things. But yeah, I was contacted by some elders also. And that's what I love about our community. Because it's a lot of people say a lot of things, but we really have a very, very powerful community.
Yes, we do.
I can just speak for Philadelphia. I know that these communities exist across this nation, but I could just speak for Philadelphia because I have been a benefit of that same community I'm speaking about. So, you'll get checked. The elders check you with the quickness.
Yeah.
I remember just, not too long ago, I was rolling with Baba Kenyatta and Baba Zumbi, and these elders love me, man. And they showed that they loved me not too long ago, by showing up for me, showing up. I made a call to one of the elders. Man, we stayed with Nas. I'll just give you a case in point. I called Baba Zumbi that day. He made the call. All the elders came. He just couldn't come.
Right.
So, and he was like, nah, you know, and just express, you know, like, you do the same for us. You have to do the same for us. So this is what we need to be for each other. And I meant like, man, nobody asked for money, no nothing. It was there. Man, that was like powerful.
Confirmation.
You know? Confirmation. I'm just grateful. So we got elders that, you know what I'm saying, that's just like right there, you know, and they been doing stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm quiet when I'm around my, you know, 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just like, okay. Yeah, so I was rolling with them one day and they was just like critiquing me on my drumming. And they were like, you know, brother Khamou, I don't, you know, I said, nah, there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just, you know, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know their expertise. I know their skill level. I know their professional experience. So, you know, I was quiet, you know, because I'm a student of theirs, you know. And so, yeah, you know, I'm definitely open for that. You know, it's time to circle up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, kind of like really, because one, you know, a sister said this weekend, we are that generation who are replacing them. Who are replacing them. We are, this is it. You said few are chosen, and many are called, few are chosen, and even fewer of us, you know what I'm saying, step up. You know, and so, you know, I know that you are, I know that, you know, us brothers, you know what I'm saying, you know, the people who we work with strategically, you know what I'm saying, for years. You know, it's just a handful of people. Usually these people all show up at the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They all show up. You know what I mean? Calls me, they show up. They doing the work. I love them. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we just got to really, you know what I'm saying, really get clear on what it is that, you know, and what roles we playing. You know, sometimes we get so egotistic in the work that we're doing. And you got to remember, it's not about me.
Right.
It's not about me. We are serving the full community. It is not about what I feel, what I think, and what I want. You know what I'm saying? It is about what the people want. You know, are we listening to the people? How are we surveying the people? Or is it just, it's based on, you know what I'm saying, I'm mad, I'm angry, and, you know, I want to change. Okay, we all want to change. Well, what's the best strategy for change? What's the best strategy? I mean, you know, if that's the case, then, I mean, you know, people can just, you know, take up arms and do their thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've seen examples of that. And at the end of the time, that, a lot of people don't talk about those stories and how people have been abandoned, families have been in peril because of loss of a really serious, important individual. You know what I'm saying? You know, no strategy, ones, you know, how many elders who passed away and their work is lost. So we're saying that this person dedicated their life working in the best interest of our people. I mean, dedicated their lives, their scholarship, their study, their blood, sweat, and tears, and they passed away. There's no contingency plan. Who's picking up the torch?
And they pass away penniless. Like they left their family nothing because they worked their way. They worked themselves into isolation.
Bro, the first that I joined, and it was a powerful show. We talked about insurance.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of stuff, man. This stuff is real.
Yeah.
Okay, you live. Okay, what trust you got set in place that's going to financially edify your peoples? You know, like I can say a lot of things right now, things that I know of people, and you know, there's no place that I'm not really going. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro. That's integrity.
People leaving.
That's the integrity that you spoke of earlier.
Yeah, integrity. People leaving families, children.
Yeah.
Multiple, like, you know what I'm saying? You go on, you have nothing. Okay, you might not have a child. Okay, you might not have a child, but you dedicated your life. Who is picking up that torch? Who is rebuilding? Who's carrying? Who are the disciples who are carrying on their legacy? You know, and I'm not just talking about this word stuff. Like people use a lot of talk. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about like the actual people who are building. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing the work? Who's continuing to teach? You know what I'm saying?
And that's a legacy that Richard Roll was referring to. He said, "Yo," he said, "we are builders," and he gave examples of things that he is building. He said, "That's what warriors do. That's what manhood do. That's what men do. We're builders." You know what I'm saying? And so if we're not building something that's going to outlast us, what's the point of us doing anything? You know what I'm saying? And so I really, we kind of saluted each other because, you know, we just trying to get the energy back. You know what I'm saying? And he chose the songs that he chose. I went up there with the red, black, and green flag, and I just stood post. We are here because we are Africans. We are Pan-Africans, and we're trying to empower ourselves to do good. You know what I'm saying? And so we kind of affirmed one another and was just like, all right, listen, that was a hiccup, but that's not the total sum of what we're here for. And let's get back to that. And so I really appreciate the call for healing that was given out by enough of us. And I'm even more grateful for those who chose to participate in it.
So grateful. I mean, I just want to say, man, those words, that ritual that she, you know what I'm saying, commenced. It's powerful, man. Just those words that she said, man. Because if people really, really took in and took a moment to really like participate, though, you know what I'm saying, it will resonate. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, not only does she lead the healing circle, the healing ritual, but she even put it into practice.
Yep.
Right in front of us.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They had a little hiccup right there. And she was like, you know what? I apologize. Will you forgive me? You know what I mean? I love you. You know what I mean? Like, boom, right there on the spot. You know what I mean? So she's not just talking about it. She's being it. And to be able to edify that right there is more profound than anything.
Bro.
So, yeah.
Bro. I don't know. I don't know what that done for some of us, but I know what it done for me.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
You know,
I mean, like, because they were trying to recruit people. It's like these should be more brothers outside. The ones that's supposed to be here are here. Don't try to force nobody to do that because it's a call. When she makes a call, that call is for the individuals that's ready.
That's right.
Stop trying to force people to do something that you want them to do. It's not about you. It's not about what you want, the outcome that you desire. When the call is out, the ones that are supposed to get the message is going to get it. You focus on you. You got the call. You feel, and you felt the urge to go. Then just go. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't try to recruit and bad name the people or bad mouth the people that didn't come. It wasn't for them. It's not their time yet. I mean, so that's why I pray that enough of us will start looking at our brothers and sisters for the eyes of our ancestors, bro. Through the eyes of our ancestors. I mean, because if we look at them through the eyes of our ancestors, we'd be a little bit more compassionate. We'd be a little bit more empathetic. We'd be a little bit more understanding. Because we're looking through the eyes of wisdom, the lens of wisdom.
That's right.
And so, that's like my biggest prayer right now is just continue to have me look at my people because I know we're hurting. I know we're full of trauma. I know that we're sick. I know the trial and tribulations that we've been through. I know these things. Help me to be outside of myself. And I'm saying it right now. Help me to be outside of myself to where I can see my people through my eyes of my honorable ancestors, bro. So I can have to be the instrument of healing. So I could be the instrument of compassion. So I could be what they need to get out that rut that they in right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we're supposed to be.
That's right.
That's who I choose to be. That's who I operate best in.
Yes,
And
sir.
so, you know,
Man,
yeah.
yeah, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for our circle. Grateful
Hmm.
for you, man. I mean, this is a powerful exchange right here.
Yes.
Um, very powerful things that I've received. You know, I mean, you asked me to host, man, but I just, you know, I'm grateful. You know, just being a part of this and being willing to receive the messages and
Hmm.
the exchange that, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
that happens every Monday.
Yes.
You know, so
Iron sharp as iron, bro. And
indeed.
that's what, like, that's why, like, you know, it's a more effective, it's a more fulfilling show, um, when like minds come together. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and we don't have to always agree. We don't always have to be on the same page. But we do have to grow.
Yeah.
That's something that we definitely have to do. And I feel like every time we have this exchange, we get better at articulating our ideas. We get better with verbalizing. Our vocabulary gets it gets stronger. Um, our passion is more heightened. The two we replenish our two belts and two boxes with more tools to effectively make the change that we want to see in the world. And so I'm forever grateful that you have accepted the invitation and accepted the invitation to build not only the outer community, but to build yourself to be a better vessel for the messages that you're are charged to bring into the world. So
That's right.
this is it's better than I thought it'd be. Um, because we have limited vision. We've been indoctrinated with limited beliefs. We've been indoctrinated with um, just the whole spirit of limitation. And so we're coming out of that. And every day, um, I just see more abundance and more abundance. And every Monday at 7 p.m., I get more. Uh, um, uh, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? Just the vision becomes bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like the possibilities become more. Um, and it's a great feeling, bro. It's a great feeling from um being 15, well, being 14, 13, 14, wanting to kill myself because I didn't feel good enough. Um, had a desire to slit my wrist because the girls didn't like me, or we was poor and everybody else had more, and it's not fair. To go from that space where I was experiencing limitations at its most destructive point to now being in this space of everything is possible and anything is possible. Um, yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope to be able to reflect and experience such extremes. Yeah, I mean, it's like to
Yep.
go to hopelessness and wanting to end your physical life to being in a place to where you look forward to the next day and you know that everything that you think of as a possibility that it could come into the physical world.
Yes, sir.
And that's anything. Um, I never thought that I'd be going to Egypt one time, let alone three. You know what I'm saying? Never thought that I'd be in Africa in Tanzania and Ghana. Never thought about that, and I wanted to, and somehow the universe created a way for me to have those experiences, and I know I didn't have the money to do it. And how much that trip cost? Yeah, I mean, like, phew. All right, I'm gonna just get that out of my head. I ain't gonna worry about the how. I'm not gonna worry about the how. What you want to do? And I just put it out there. This is what I want to do, and boom, it happened. I mean, and so it's funny because I just did the whole thing with, I'm doing the thing with the Okoma Kings, and it was amazing because I remember putting Mantra and the Washer on my vision board.
Yeah.
I do an annual vision board every year. I know some people might look at that as crazy or spooky, whatever the case may be, but every year I do a vision board. And I remember getting out of a relationship, cheated on and things like that. And I'm like, yo, listen, I need to learn some skills. I need to learn something ain't right here. Because I gave it my all. You know what I mean? I accepted the cheating. I accepted, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you through all this. Right? I mean, and I'm like, but they the one that end up leaving. And I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need help.
There you go. That's where it starts.
I said, I need help. Within that week, I came across, um, I think I was doing like a Black Love something research or something, and they popped up. And I was like, damn. All right. So I did more research. I'm like, whoa, they're doing some dope shit. All right. So let me print the joint up, print it up, cut it out, put it on my vision board. I need to meet them.
Wow.
3 weeks later, Obo's like, yo, I know them. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Dude, can you link me up with them? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next thing I know, I'm linking up with them and we are producing. I come to y'all, I talk to them, I come to y'all like, listen, I'm thinking about this Black Love event, which I think, yeah, let's do it. Boom. Next thing I know, we're doing our first Akoma Day Black Love Symposium. And now I'm rocking out with this couple every week, just busting up on some Black love strategies to where we can help people stay together and come do things that's culturally enriching them instead of doing these rituals that that destroys us and tears us apart. Now we participating in rituals that keeps us together and empowers us and reinforces us.
Yes, sir.
So like we have the power. We definitely have the power. It's up to us to uncover it.
Yes, sir.
And we have to do it as a community. We cannot do it by ourselves.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So that whole self-made man, um, eh, good luck. I mean, because you look at it, even you look at it from all parts of relationships, it's not so much of what you know, it's who you know. Because you
Yes,
can
sir.
know a lot of shit. You can know a lot. You can know your shit from A to Z. But if you're an asshole and people don't like you, it don't matter.
Mhm.
But if you know very little and have a great work ethic and you know somebody and somebody that, you know what, I like that dude. He's a good dude and he has a great work ethic. I'm gonna give him the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
So, that's the person I try to be. I am not even trying. I am that person that don't know a lot and knows that I don't know a lot,
Mhm.
but I have the work ethic to apply it and get better. And I'm humble enough to take the criticism. I'm humble enough to take the constructive criticisms and turn it into a strength. And 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 I'm honorable, and I live with integrity, and so that makes you likable. And so all the things that I have accomplished, all the big things that I have accomplished is because of being humble, being teachable, and being likable. You know what I'm saying? And so those soft skills that a lot of people overlook gives you the greatest advantage.
Yes, sir.
I know I just went off on a tangent there, but
No,
that was the message that just came to me. Just the importance of being a visionary, the importance of honoring yourself, taking care of yourself, loving yourself. It all starts with self. It all starts with knowledge of self. And as soon as I get off this program today, I got this whole Naeem Akbar um, um, video queued up. He's talking about the power of knowledge of self, and I can't wait to dive into that. I've been wanting to do it all day, but I had to take care of the children, do the fatherly things, and all that stuff. And so this even more whets my appetite for some Naeem Akbar.
all right, before we leave, man, what was a glow and a glow for the African Independence Day 2022? What was that? Was it one highlight of the event? And I mean, let's get balanced. Highlight areas that we need to grow. Where you think that we can become more proficient
In leadership. We cannot wait to a couple months before the event to start organizing it. I think it need to be a year-long team building exercise to where we meeting at least bi-monthly, at least that, and just staying in touch, forming committees, having chairs and co-chairs of the committees, volunteer training, just getting more people involved.
That's
And
right.
a lot of people want to be involved, and they are not involved because of our lack of leadership. And so I'm definitely want to step up from that perspective after the meeting, because how the post-meeting goes, it's going to establish a lot how we move forward
I agree.
from this point forward.
I agree.
And so my plans is, if I'm still an integral part of African Independence Day organized committee, that I want to do more leadership training. I want to do more volunteer training, and I want to expand on the committees and really get the sisters involved, because the sisters like, yo, we need to be involved.
That's right.
And we want them involved, but we have to be better leaders. And so, you said a positive, right?
I said, a glow and a grow.
I like that. So that's the grow piece. The glow is our performance, and I know that's probably biased. But out of all the performances, I didn't feel the unity. We formed a unity, an engagement with the people, and I think that's so important, to where people are coming to not just watch or observe; they actually become part of the event. And everyone who danced and picked up an instrument and everything like that felt an intimate exchange that was empowering and uplifting for them. And so that's a memory that's gonna last them for the rest of their lives. Yo, I danced with the urban shaman, man, and we danced and we shake raid and we did this, we did that, and that's gonna alter. That has the ability to alter any bad day for the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? They can reflect on that memory and change the state of that day for them. That's the importance of experiences. That's the power of engagement. And so, yeah, that was the that glow for me.
Outside of the urban shamans is definitely an anticipated highlight for myself personally. I just couldn't wait to have that experience. You know, we put that energy into making that performance, and it's just going to become better. I just felt like a little, urban shamans and African Independence Day is just like a symbiotic, what I'm saying, partnership and collective. And so, we kind of are a reflection of what African Independence Day is and was. And so to really kind of like bring the best that we can bring, is really highlight. But I would just say, I just seen in the organization and then organizing on a personal tip, it was just really challenging. And it was not that it was external challenges, it's just internal challenges for me. Overcoming those internal challenges and really feeling confident to fulfill what it is that we said that we wanted to fulfill. So that was a glow to just to produce this event. I definitely got to say, like, we did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, can we do it better? I know we can do it better. I know personally for me, I can do better.
Yeah.
I definitely know that, we usually say this at the end, but like really the work that we put in, I mean? We say that we love African people, we love doing this thing and what it means for us. Well, I just, not only the charges for myself, but the charges for the community. I mean, people outside and watch, you know what I'm saying? And, I mean, people got their ways of supporting. I'm not going to say that, all efforts are, are not done in vain. They're all acknowledged. But, there are people who, step to the plate and really step up, really step up. Well, I'm willing to help, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm willing to, assist you brothers in this way. So I, because this is not just about us. It's, right. You know what I'm saying? This is not, we just chose, you know what I'm saying? There's people who can do what we do way better, have done better. So we ask that those people who have the experience and the knowledge and the skill to step up, press us. Nobody's stopping. No, I can't see me personally rejecting anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they, we'll do what's necessary, establishing these meetings and being consistent about that. That's really important. But like those who are going to show up, show up because, we need that support. The brothers, sisters, elders, you know what I'm saying? And, immediate elders, brothers who are 50 or 60, you know what I'm saying? In that dimension of, our, we need your support, brothers and sisters. So, to make it grow, so, you know what I'm saying? It is really absolutely conducive, that we sit down and we, pull together all the resources that we have. It's easy to sit back and say, we get too entertained. You know what I'm saying? We get too entertained. We get so comfortable with like, going to an event and just sitting there and watching. You know what I'm saying? And not and it really, some of the best shows is like you said, when the audience participates. I just went to a Femi show. The show was a club version of a concert. It was like, nah, you're going to be on stage with us. We were all at the man. Everybody was on the stage. Everybody was participating in this musical, experience. It wasn't like I'm just sitting down,
right?
Like just watching. Like you just watching us go through our changes and then make comments.
Yeah,
and then make comments. It's like, okay, thanks, but we need a little bit more than that. And so we challenge those brothers and sisters to, and I mean, we know that we got that. We some people who have just been very consistent. You know what I'm saying? And they're waiting for us, and or waiting for certain one of us. You know what I mean? Maybe me. You know what I mean? Maybe I can step up a little bit better. You know, and I'm willing to do so. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know. People see you and they don't really know you.
Right.
They don't really know you. They see you, and I'm like everybody got degrees of humility, and people got degrees of action too, and I'm not really a word person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not a big mouth person. Never been. Never been. But I definitely been a person who stepped to the plate. And so I mean, if anybody, knows me, they know that I'm reliable. And so, so that's my commitment to this event, and if we can, just like sit down as a community and resolve some of the things that we need to resolve, and I'm open for that too because I'm committed to that part as well, because there's a lot of working things out that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? So. That's my goal and grow. But I feel really good about what we did.
I do too. Um, and that's what I started laughing because we have that. We have that. And that's why I say I hope I didn't overspeak because I was saying as far as the leadership part, I was mainly speaking of myself. I did say we, but I was mainly speaking of myself because I know as a leader, they say you build it and they will come. And so I think for me, the lack of participation and the lack of um, from the community is based off we don't have anything structured. We don't have, all right, they know this meeting is coming up on this time, boom, every month, like clockwork. And that builds up the anticipation. That builds up, them takes more of an ownership because they have input in how things is going to plan out. They have input on how things is going to on the outcome. And so they take on that leader, they take on um that energy of I'm really engaging, this is my event, that ownership. And I think if we um build that platform to where every month we're meeting up, and even if it's like a Zoom call, whatever the case may be, they see the consistency of the meetings. They see the consistency of the exchange of ideas. They see the extent they get in charge with things and being held accountable if they don't produce those things. And I think that will build the help and the contingency that we need to take it to the next level. So what you think about that? Okay. Is he frozen? Okay, maybe he's frozen. All right, so but we are coming to the conclusion of this episode, this program. Thank you for joining us on this global movement towards self-discovery and empowerment, which equals true liberation and freedom. I hope this has been as insightful and as impactful as it has been for me. I love the exchange. I love the free flowing of ideas and emotions that's been displayed and been it's really dope. It's just really dope to have this moment of reflection and transparency to where you really get to see um, the men behind the brands and the men behind the events and everything else that we do. Um, that we're just men. We're just men um, trying to do the right thing and doing the best that we can. Um, so that's my closing remark today. Um, you don't want to miss next week's show, though. Next week's show is going to be just as powerful as impactful as this one's today. We're going to talk about reparations, the importance of reparation, what reparation really is. And our guest will be DJ Reezy, which is I'm super hyped and excited about that. Um, I love what you say. What you say? the youth? They are culture recipients, or
They're recipients of
yeah,
the legacy
yeah,
that we leave.
yeah. There you go. And so he is definitely one of those individuals um, that I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of his works and his legacy, things like that. He's a dynamic brother.
Very impressed with the brother, man.
Very impressive.
The work
Yeah.
he put in.
Um, yeah. So you got any closing words?
Um, I think I said what I needed to say.
Okay.
Want to just give a shout out to the community for coming out, supporting us, showing us that love. Even
Mm-hmm.
just like going through the moments, going through the
Mm-hmm.
going through the motions with us, and I
Yeah.
mean that's real family. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
see you struggling, they see you, but they still there.
Yeah.
They're with you. They going through it with you. So I just feel that love and that appreciation. With our family.
Yeah. That outpouring was absolutely necessary and needed. It
Mhm.
needed. If you found value in this presentation, please give and or continue to support. No matter the amount, it's all tax deductible. Thank you to all our sponsors and our supporters, which is Urban Shaman Productions. Boom! At BMa'at Inc. Um, yeah, so we are solely funded by your generosity and your contributions. Um, if you want to donate anything, go to Cash App Money Sign BMa'at Inc. If you like this program, there are tons of other programming like this on this platform, and they could also use your support. Um, Go to Cash App Money Sign Knowledge Born of Law. He is also having a campaign, 3K for 3K fundraiser, 7-year anniversary. It's an award-winning program, media platform. I think 7 years of providing quality content in the global marketplace, provides a platform for us, and I like to say the diamonds in the rough. Before everybody see the diamond that we are, he takes the chance on us, and I really appreciate the opportunity. His mission and his passion to provide a plethora of wisdom and life examples to empower us as a people. Um, yeah, I just really grateful for the brother, grateful for his vision, being the visionary that he is. Um, and yeah, so I'm just grateful. I'm just full of gratitude on so many levels. Thank you again in advance. And remember, be my art and become a master of life. We'll see you next Monday with DJ Reezy and Urban Shaman. And we going to tear it up like we tore it up today. Peace and infinite blessings. Enjoy your week. Peace.
Peace.